In a breakthrough development that could shift the trajectory of the war in Gaza, Hamas has formally agreed to an Egyptian-brokered ceasefire proposal. The deal comes amid mounting international pressure and unprecedented humanitarian collapse inside Gaza. According to Quds News Network, the proposal includes several key provisions: the release of 1,700 Palestinian prisoners, 1,500 of whom are from the Gaza Strip, a 60-day ceasefire period during which negotiations to end the war will take place, modification of Israeli military withdrawal lines to 800 meters from residential areas, and the daily entry of 600 aid trucks carrying essential relief and shelter supplies. This move is significant. Since the conflict reignited nearly a year ago, over 62,000 Palestinians have reportedly been killed, and more than 70% of the Gaza population has been displaced. Aid organizations have described the enclave as unlivable, with water, electricity, and medical infrastructure in total collapse. Amid this backdrop, Egypt, backed by Qatar and with quiet support from U.S. mediators, has been working for months to broker a sustainable framework for cessation of hostilities. According to the Egyptian outline, the 60-day pause is not just a temporary truce, but a critical negotiation window. During this period, both sides are expected to engage in structured dialogue aimed at a more permanent resolution. That includes not only further hostage prisoner swaps, but also long-term arrangements for border control, demilitarization, and international monitoring of aid and reconstruction. The release of 1,700 prisoners is one of the most headline-grabbing elements of the deal. If implemented, it would mark the largest mass release of Palestinian detainees in over a decade. Many of these individuals have been held without formal charges under Israel's administrative detention policy. The political messaging here is clear. Hamas is positioning this deal as a win for Palestinian resistance, a strategic decision aimed at regaining popular legitimacy after months of war and devastation. Then there's the 800-meter military withdrawal. Israeli forces would be required to pull back from urban zones where fighting has been fiercest. This would allow displaced residents to begin returning to their neighborhoods, many of which now lie in rubble. It also reflects growing Israeli domestic pressure to de-escalate, especially after weeks of public protest and mounting casualties among its own forces. The proposed entry of 600 aid trucks per day is another critical metric. Currently, fewer than 150 trucks make it into Gaza daily due to checkpoints, inspection delays, and Israeli-imposed limitations on what materials can cross. If fully enacted, this change could mean a fourfold increase in humanitarian supplies, including tents, medicine, food, and fuel. At the time of this recording, Israeli officials have yet to publicly respond to the proposal. Some reports suggest the government remains divided, with security officials advocating for a deal while hardliners push for continued operations, especially in southern Gaza and Rafah. On the international front, the United Nations, Red Cross, and major NGOs have welcomed the announcement. European leaders have called on both sides to seize this opportunity. And in Washington, there are quiet but hopeful signals that the Biden administration views this development as a possible inflection point, especially in an election season where foreign policy matters are under intense scrutiny.